Today we will discuss liver cirrhosis, a chronic progressive disease of the liver and a major cause of morbidity and mortality worldwide. This lecture will comprehensively cover the definition, causes, pathogenesis, clinical features, complications, investigations, prognostic scoring systems, and detailed management of cirrhosis, with strong emphasis on MBBS examinations and clinical practice. Introduction. Liver cirrhosis represents the end stage of many chronic liver diseases. It is characterized by progressive and irreversible damage to the liver, leading to portal hypertension, impaired liver function, and multiple life-threatening complications. Definition. Cirrhosis is defined as a diffuse pathological condition of the liver characterized by fibrosis and regenerative nodule formation, leading to distortion of hepatic architecture and portal hypertension. This definition is extremely important from an examination point of view. Epidemiology. Cirrhosis is a major global health burden. Alcoholic liver disease and chronic viral hepatitis B and C are the most common causes worldwide. With increasing alcohol consumption and metabolic syndrome, the prevalence of cirrhosis is rising. Etiology, common causes. The causes of cirrhosis are diverse. The most common include chronic alcohol intake, viral hepatitis B and C, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, autoimmune hepatitis, chronic biliary obstruction, and inherited metabolic disorders. Alcoholic cirrhosis. Alcoholic liver disease is the most common cause of cirrhosis in India. The risk depends on the amount and duration of alcohol consumption. Alcoholic cirrhosis initially presents as micronodular cirrhosis. Viral and metabolic causes. Chronic viral hepatitis leads to ongoing inflammation and fibrosis. NAFLD related to obesity and diabetes is now an emerging major cause. Metabolic disorders like Wilson disease and hemochromatosis also cause cirrhosis. Pathogenesis overview. The pathogenesis of cirrhosis involves chronic hepatocyte injury leading to inflammation. Hepatic stellate cells become activated and deposit excessive collagen, resulting in fibrosis and regenerative nodules. Role of hepatic stellate cells. Hepatic stellate cells play a central role in fibrosis. During liver injury, they transform into collagen-producing myofibroblasts, leading to progressive fibrosis. Morphological types. Based on nodule size, cirrhosis is classified into micronodular, macronodular, or mixed types. Over time, most cases evolve into a mixed pattern. Compensated cirrhosis. In compensated cirrhosis, the liver is still able to perform its functions adequately. Patients may be asymptomatic or have mild non-specific symptoms. Decompensated cirrhosis. Decompensated cirrhosis occurs when liver function deteriorates, leading to complications such as ascites, variceal bleeding, jaundice, and hepatic encephalopathy. Clinical features general. Early symptoms of cirrhosis are nonspecific and include fatigue, weakness, loss of appetite, and weight loss, making early diagnosis challenging. Clinical signs of chronic liver disease. Physical examination may reveal signs of chronic liver disease such as jaundice, spider angiomas, pulmonary erythema, gynecomastia, and testicular atrophy due to hormonal imbalance. Portal hypertension. Portal hypertension occurs due to increased resistance to portal blood flow within the cirrhotic liver. This results in formation of portosystemic collaterals. Ascites. Ascites is the most common complication of cirrhosis. It occurs due to portal hypertension, renal sodium retention, and reduced plasma oncotic pressure due to hypoalbuminemia. Variceal bleeding. Variceal bleeding is a medical emergency. It presents with hematemesis or melena and has high mortality if not managed promptly. Hepatic encephalopathy. Hepatic encephalopathy results from accumulation of neurotoxins such as ammonia due to impaired liver detoxification, leading to altered mental status. Investigations, laboratory. Laboratory findings reflect impaired liver function and portal hypertension, including elevated bilirubin, hypoalbuminemia, prolonged INR, and thrombocytopenia. Imaging and endoscopy. Ultrasound typically shows a shrunken nodular liver with ascites. Endoscopy is essential to detect esophageal varices. Child-Poop score. The Child-Poop score assesses severity and prognosis of cirrhosis and is frequently asked in examinations. General management. Management begins with treating the underlying cause. Alcohol abstinence is crucial. Adequate nutrition and vaccination are essential supportive measures. Management of complications. Complications require targeted therapy such as diuretics for ascites, endoscopic band ligation for varices, and lactulose for encephalopathy. Liver transplantation. Liver transplantation is a definitive treatment for end-stage cirrhosis and significantly improves survival. Thank you for giving your valuable time and attention to this lecture on liver cirrhosis. I hope this session helped you clearly understand the causes, pathophysiology, clinical features, complications, and management of cirrhosis in a structured and exam-oriented manner. Liver cirrhosis is a condition you will frequently encounter in both theory examinations and clinical practice, and a strong conceptual understanding is essential for proper diagnosis and management. If you found this lecture helpful, please revise the key points, correlate them with clinical cases, and refer to standard textbooks for deeper understanding. Thank you once again, and I wish you all the very best in your medical studies and future clinical practice.